Texas guy and a Southern girl moved to Japan. He's Bill, and I'm Carolyn Hancock. We wrote letters home about daily life, our travels, and making new friends. It was a time too precious to forget because, really, haven't we all wished we knew more about our family history? I'll talk about the challenges and the fun in short bites. Join me on the journey. I decided to do my first big grocery shopping run, and at the end of it, I was totally ready to cry with frustration. Honmoku is the name that's given to the area. It's kind of similar to our suburbs or a small city. The main shopping area is on Honmoku Dori, a main street with a shopping area that runs about 2 miles before reaching Motomachi. It's really about 2 blocks from our apartment. There's a section on Honmoku Dori that's 4 or 5 blocks from our house called Maikau. Maikau is a complex of modern buildings on both sides of the street, with a pedestrian bridge over the street that connects everything. Building 1 has Sati Groceries on first floor, with 4 more floors of family clothing. Sati has the usual Japanese label groceries and expensive fruits and vegetables. Any kind of dried fish, kelp, and seaweed is available. All kinds of meat and fresh seafood. It also has a huge live seafood section. Just choose your own personal catch of the day and the clerk will scoop it out. Squid, octopus, lobster, blowfish, any fish. And it has a wonderful smelling bakery. Building 2 is everything for the home, with an emphasis on imported objects we would see in the States. Building 3, well, that's a bank, post office, community center, and 6 floors of parking. Building 5 is 3 floors of beautiful clothes, including American names, and 3 floors of restaurants. It's a beautifully designed building with curves that you wander through. Building 6, automobile and motorcycle sales and parking, all inside. Did I skip building 4? The number 4, 7, and 9 are associated with death and frequently are not used in numbering floors and buildings. Building 10 and 11 are parking and fast foods. Surrounding Maikau are nice restaurants, a fantastic Disney store, and other good stuff. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Now to the real story. Why did I get frustrated? Well, I had found that Sati will deliver groceries and the kitchen is pretty bare. But before I started shopping, I found an English-speaking clerk to verify, yes, they will deliver. Well, first there's the shopping carts. They are similar to ours, but don't have the basket built in. Instead, you pick up 1 or 2 of the hand-carry baskets and place them where our metal baskets would be. Half the size, so even with 2, you don't buy much. Well, what a trip trying to buy staples of everything a kitchen needs, and you can't read a word. And instead of rows of shelves with aisles between, they have small squares or islands, so you have to go around all sides. This, combined with deciphering, and time flies. At the checkout, the clerk told me, "So sorry, cannot deliver today. Past time, can take tomorrow." Evidently, I had shopped past their cutoff time for same-day delivery, and now everything seemed impossible, and I wanted to cry. I asked if there was a place where I could leave the groceries until my husband came with car. She said, we have how you say locker. It is cooled 100 yen, but when you come back, gives money back to you. No charge. I take you. Those words can be spoken fast, but spoken by the Japanese takes several minutes to say. Each word is spoken individually. There's no phrasing, pauses between each word. The locker seemed to be my only alternative, but when I saw the size, which is about 18 inches square, and then tried to figure out how to operate it, I wanted to cry again. I stuffed my groceries and dog bags into 2 lockers and left, moaning and grumbling. My favorite places to shop? It's the small shops in the neighborhood. Between Macau and Motomachi lies the flip side of shopping. Stores line each side of the street. Many are tiny. There's not much more than storefronts. Some go all the way through the block, and awnings stretch down the block. They are usually run by the owner, always friendly, anxious to help. Some side streets and streets parallel to Hanmukudori have shops. With the American mall and strip shopping having taken over our way of life, the community stores seem wonderful to me, and I have bought more there than at the newer Macau. It also has, guess what, Bill's favorite hardware store. The day we moved in the apartment and had no bed, I asked Dave, our rental agent, where we could find futons. He said he could take us there but didn't know how to tell us, evidently believing that everyone gets and stays lost. Finally, he said, "You know the main street? Go down to the orange awnings and turn right. You'll see it." Well, the awnings are actually yellow and orange striped, but give an orange impression, and sure enough, we saw it. The man inside talked 90 to nothing, mixing Japanese and English. While I waited for Bill to get the car, the couple turned out to be real inquisitive. They wanted to know what was in the bag I was holding. I explained it was dog food. We have an inu, a big dog, indicating hip high. That sent them into a torrent of Japanese, the man translating to his wife, who then told me about a dog with a squashed face and wrinkles. She managed the word bull. Quite amazing how one word and hand gestures can carry on a conversation. The man wanted to know where I was from. When I said Alabama, he gestured to his wife, making a small size, pointing his finger at the air where that size had been, then making a bigger size around it, and actually placing Alabama in the right spot of this air map. They both knew the word Los Angeles and said they had been there. The woman kept on knitting, then stopped and pointed at me, motioning side to side. She got up and put hands on each shoulder, patted me down the arms and hips, stood beside me, and indicated the difference in height, and goodness knows what other differences she was saying. I don't think you get that in the impersonal shopping in the States. The next day, we wanted foam cushions for the futons, so we shopped prices and found that that same couple was the cheapest. Bill paid for those, and we were about to leave when the woman ran up to me holding out a fresh candy stick. It's bad manners not to accept, but as I looked back at her table, I believe she had given me hers. There were 2 small bowls filled with what looked like a snow cone. One had a cotton candy stick in the center. The other did not. And that best describes the generosity of the Japanese people. I treasure these memories of Japan and its culture and people. Thanks for listening. We'll keep these stories to about 10 minutes, so come back for the next one. Please follow me and let your friends know about Letters from Japan.